Hi guys and welcome to Janette and her puzzles. Today I'm gonna show you all the puzzles I brought back from European Jigsaw Puzzle Championships. Some puzzles were obviously used at a competition, then some puzzles I bought, some puzzles were gifted to me. So of course, as usually, I'm gonna make sections in this video. So I think the best thing to do is start with the puzzles from the competition. But before we move on to the puzzles, here comes your favorite part, and it's the vlog section of the video. We drove to Budapest because it was only 4.5-hour drive, and the next day we arrived to the venue and it was really nice, big venue. It had aircon on, which was really important with the heat wave, and it looked very similar to the Worlds but on a smaller scale. It did have seating area though, which was really nice because people were able to sit there, so it was less crowded where the walking area was. And on the first day we had individuals and pairs categories, and I was also invited to co-host the live streams, which was really fun to do with Regina. I was a guest on the live streams before but never a co-host, and it was a different experience, but I absolutely loved it. And I'm not gonna talk about the competition too much because I've already discussed that in the previous videos, so I just wanted to quickly show you Blaž as well when he was puzzling because I managed to record him. And now moving on to the nights out. So we stayed at the Airbnb with Stein, Victor and Natalia, so we went out to eat together and wanted to see a bit of Budapest as well. So we just walked around a little bit just to see how the town is looking, and it was really nice to do that at night because we could see all the lights really popping out and it just looked really amazing. And then we also went to the bridge because you can see the Parliament from there, and it was so windy on the bridge. I think we were all a little bit cold because we weren't ready for it. As I mentioned, we had a heat wave and I don't think any of us was ready for the draft that we felt on the bridge, but it was fine because it cooled us down, so I'm not gonna complain. And then we ended the night at the Hungarian restaurant because Victor said that we have to try their food, and it was absolutely delicious. Now, I've already spoken about them a little bit because I did a recap video last week, so I went through all the puzzles, but today I'm just gonna show you the puzzles that I got with me, so the one that I took home. So let's just start with the first puzzle. The first one is a 1000-piece puzzle by Ravensburger, and the title of this one is The One That Got Away. So this is the team's puzzle from preliminary group A, and this is the one that we actually did. Now, I've already assembled this puzzle, but I wanted to have it. It was really pretty, so Stein managed to get it for me. He did some exchanges, so I ended up with this puzzle. And the reason why I wanted to have it as well is because I thought it would be a fun thing to do, to repeat the two puzzles we did at the championship with my Slovenian team at home. I really like the image. I do have to say that we had an agreement that Anna and I are gonna be doing the sorting, and then Stein and Tobias are gonna puzzle. And I got a little bit too stuck into that because I was focused on sorting for so long that I completely ignored the sky and the trees which were on my side. And I think that really gave us like worse placing, because once we were done with the rest of the puzzle, all 8 hands were basically in this section. I definitely learned my lesson, and for next time I would just focus on my section more, even if it means that I didn't do sorting all the way through. I think it's still better because we would finish the puzzle quicker. But it's all the details, you know, the small details to improve your time, but the puzzle was still really, really enjoyable. The next one is also a 1000-piece puzzle by Ravensburger, and the title of this one is Beautiful Mushrooms. So this is also the puzzle that we did in preliminary group B, and I have to say that I absolutely love this puzzle. And I know it's very busy and I don't really necessarily like busy images, but this one is different. It still had so many details, and like colors weren't that repetitive, and there was so many different textures that it was actually really easy for me to do the sorting and to find what goes together in puzzle. So I absolutely love this puzzle. And the last team's puzzle is a 1000-piece puzzle by Ravensburger, and the title of this one is Swirly Bird. So this is the finals puzzle, just one of the two, because we got two. The other one was Frida Kahlo, and no, I did not like that one at all. So there was not even a question of which puzzle I would want to take home. And Stein didn't have space in his luggage, so I managed to get all the puzzles. We didn't have to even argue for them. So I really like this image. I know a lot of people didn't like it because there was so much white, but it was just so easy to separate, sort, divide. There were so many different things, and it's got glitter. I do like glitter. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh my god, I loved sorting the bird. It was really fun. And I think it was quite an easy puzzle to assemble. Yes, of course, every team got stuck with the white parts because there was so much of it. But still, I think it was a really enjoyable puzzle, which I cannot say for Frida Kahlo, even though everyone else enjoyed that one more. But, you know, that's just me. Up next is a 500-piece puzzle by Trefl, and the title of this one is Farm Truck. Now we are moving on to the individual rounds, and this is preliminary group A. So I was in group B and I don't have that puzzle because I exchanged mine and Blaž's puzzle because he was puzzling as well. I swapped both of our puzzles for group A and group C, so I managed to get all so I can assemble them and compare my times. So when I saw this puzzle come out, I absolutely loved it because it's got so many specific sections. It's got nice details, textures as well, like you've got a lot of green but it's different shades of green. It's just a puzzle that I'm really looking forward to assemble, and I've heard that a lot of people are getting their personal bests on these puzzles, so maybe me too. We're gonna have to see and find out. The next puzzle is the 500-piece puzzle by Trefl, and the title of this one is Camper Van. As I mentioned, this is the puzzle from preliminary group C, and I don't like this one as much as I like the other one because some stuff looked photoshopped in the image, which is not my preference, but I still think it's got a lot of details and it's going to be quite easy to assemble, so I'm really looking forward to it. And also, when I was live streaming with Frugina, these lines look so obvious and we thought that people are going to start with that, and they didn't. So I really want to see when I do the puzzle what's actually going to stand out and how easily visible these lines are, because they look really obvious on the picture and it doesn't seem like people have been puzzling them. And the last puzzle from the individual round is a 500-piece puzzle by Trefl, and the title of this one is The Magic Tree. So this is the final puzzle, and I have to say when I saw the image I was like, oh my god, are you kidding me? But then when I actually put the pieces on the table, it wasn't that bad to find the differences. There is a lot of gradient, especially in the sky. The bubbles help as well. The most difficult thing was definitely the tree because there was a lot of it all over the place, if you know what I mean. So it was difficult to know even which direction the pieces are turned. But the bottom section was really easy, the castles and all of that. The tree trunk was also quite okay. It's just this middle part. But I absolutely loved the image and I think it was really enjoyable to assemble, even though it was on a more difficult side. The next one is also a 500-piece puzzle by Trefl, and the title of this one is Manhattan Bridge View. So this is the past preliminary group A, is the puzzle that Stein and I got, and I had a chance to swap it for the B one, but I really like this one and I wanted to do it with Blaž, and then after I do it I'm gonna swap it for group B. So I really enjoyed this image. I think this was the best pairs run that I've done, and it was just, everything just worked so smoothly. There was no stopping at any point. It was just like the smoothest run. Well, I puzzled with Victor, Alejandro and Kyle, but they were so much faster that it's a bit different because they just take so much work away that it doesn't even feel that you're doing anything. But with this one, when Stein and I are basically on the same level, this is like the smoothest run I've done for my level of speedness, if that makes sense. And the second puzzle from the past category is a 1000-piece puzzle by Trefl, and the title of this one is Budapest, Hungary. When I saw this puzzle immediately, I was like, oh my god, I love it. And then I started puzzling and everything just went away. So yeah, it was just difficult because there was not that many different colors. So when you had red, it was the same shade of red across the entire puzzle, and same goes for other colors. And that made it quite difficult for me to sort the puzzle, which is what I was supposed to be doing. And it was just like, I didn't know which color to prioritize, what to do and all of that. And I have to say that Stein definitely kept us going with this one, because my puzzling mojo left the room like after 15 minutes of puzzling. But it was still like, when I look at it, it's a pretty image. I like the illustration. It's just, yeah, a little bit busy for me. But as I mentioned in the recap, I need to work on that and learn how to deal with busy images, because I don't think I have enough practice with that. So maybe I just have to practice more, probably. That would definitely help, but you know, practice on busy images, not just any images. Okay, this was the last one. This was the pairs finals, because you get a 1000-piece puzzle, and you probably noticed that we had a mix of Ravensburger and Trefl puzzles. So we used Ravensburger for teams and Trefl for individuals and pairs. And now it's time to move on to the puzzles that were gifted to me. So I had a visit from a subscriber, and he's the one that sent me puzzles before from the Hungarian brand Pen and Puzzles. So he actually came and, well, beside one puzzle, all of these puzzles were gifted to me by him. So another thank you to Gabor. I really appreciate you coming, seeing the competition, saying hi, and obviously gifting the puzzles to me. And now let's show you the first puzzle, which was the only puzzle that I did not get from him, and I'll tell you the story behind it. It's a 99-piece puzzle by Ravensburger, and the title of this one is In Case You Ever Forget, You're Amazing. I actually won this puzzle in a draw, so technically it was gifted to me, but I also won it, so yeah. Anyway, let me tell you how I came across this puzzle. So there is a girl, I think her name is Kinga. That's what it says on the t-shirt, but I could be saying it wrong. So her Instagram handle is LovePuzzLego, and these are like the Polish sweets, and she's been giving them out last year at the Worlds as well. They're really good. I don't know what it is, it's some kind of like caramel toffee, something like that. Is that the same thing? I'm not sure. Anyway, when you open it, if it had a giraffe inside, you won a puzzle, and look what I got. I got a giraffe inside. So I haven't eaten the candy yet because I just wanted to show you how I got this puzzle. And she also had the same sweet or candy done with her team name, which was Jigsaw, which I think is really cute. Anyway, I'm gonna be able to eat them now, not on screen because you don't want to hear that. But this is how I managed to win the puzzle, because I got the giraffe. And there were only 3 candies with the giraffe inside. And yes, I did have 2 in total, so I had more chance to win, but it doesn't matter. Apparently the first person that took like the candy out of the bag won the puzzle. So this was like the last one. Okay, now this is one puzzle go, and I think it's time to move on to all the puzzles that I got from Gabor. The first one is a 500-piece puzzle by Schmidt puzzle, and the title of this one is Little Mermaid Falling in Love. So I've never seen a puzzle in a tin box before, and I absolutely love it, but I've heard that this puzzle was used in the Euro Jigsaw Jam, and if it was used I would definitely speedrun it so I can compare my times. So I definitely really like it, and I think the image is going to be quite easy as well, because we've got very specific gradients in the sky and in the water, so I don't think it should be that bad. And it's only 500 pieces as well, so it should be fine. Up next is a 500-piece puzzle by Pazzi, and the title of this one is Cute Visitors. How adorable is this puzzle? I mean, it's definitely gonna be difficult because it doesn't have that many colors, but I've never done Pazzi before. Pazzi, I don't know how to say that. Please let me know in the comments down below because I don't want to be pronouncing it wrong. So I've done one of the puzzles, I think the one that was used in the Euro Jigsaw Jam with the giraffe. I've placed a few pieces in, but all I know is that it's all 2 ins and 2 outs, like the standard pieces, but from what I remember they had quite specific shapes of prongs, so it shouldn't be too bad to assemble it. So I'm really happy that I got this one because we can't get Pazzi in Slovenia. So yeah, it's gonna be definitely good to try for the quality. The next one is a 1000-piece Enjoy puzzle, and the title of this one is Pearlecent Water Lilies. I have done a few Enjoy puzzles, so I know that I like that quality, and I have never seen this image before. Again, it looks very busy, which it's probably a good training for me because busy puzzles are not good for my brain. So this would definitely be a good practice for the Worlds, and just for me to learn to enjoy difficult puzzles more, because I do like the image. I think it's gonna have quite a few specific sections to separate, but that in between is gonna be, yeah, I think shape sorting required, definitely, with this puzzle. Up next is a 1000-piece puzzle by Ravensburger, and the title of this one is Aurora, Borealis, Norway. Now, at first glance, I would say that this puzzle looks really difficult because it doesn't have that many colors. But from what I've learned, I think this one, because obviously the sky has a very specific texture, so does the water, so there's going to be 2 very clear separations, and there's a really good gradient in here. And then you have the village, but the mountain, because of the green lights, is separated on the bottom, which is like greenish, and then the top, which is all sort of like really dark or even like blackish. So I think this puzzle is going to have a lot of separation. It's definitely the one that I would enjoy to puzzle more than the last one because it's not as busy and I'm good with colors. So I think that this would be a really fun image to assemble. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy, but it's definitely going to be enjoyable. And the last puzzle that was gifted to me is a 1000-piece puzzle by Eurographics, and the title of this one is Neuschwanstein Castle in Winter, Germany. Castle seems to be quite popular lately as well at the competitions, so this is definitely going to be difficult, but I've never done Eurographics before, so in a way I'm excited because it's a new brand that I've never tried, and apparently it has random cut, which could be really useful with an image like that. But again, I'm also not used to random cut, so I think that this puzzle is definitely going to be pushing my limits, but that's okay. The more difficult the image, the easier it is to figure out how good the quality of the cut and the brand is. Because if the image is really difficult and the puzzle is still enjoyable to puzzle, it means that the quality is, you know, brilliant. And now the last but not least pile are the puzzles that I bought. Well, technically, the bottom two were... I'll explain when I get to them. So the first 4 puzzles, Victor basically messaged me that they had a great sale in Poland and there was like €4 for a Ravensburger puzzle. Well, the top one was a bit more expensive, but it didn't matter because I wanted it for blush. So the top 4 puzzles I bought through Victor and he gave it to me in Budapest and I managed to take it home. So let me show you which ones they are. The first one is a 500-piece puzzle by Ravensburger and the title of this one is World of Minecraft. So this is a fairly new puzzle and the reason why I wanted it is because it just looked fun for Blaž as well and he just made me watch the Minecraft movie not long ago. So I think he's gonna really enjoy the puzzle. I do think that it's gonna be quite difficult though because the sky has quite a clear gradient. But then, well yeah, the sea as well, but then the middle section with the greens, okay, it's gonna be easy to separate the towns. But the greens is just gonna be, I don't know, it's difficult to say if it's gonna be difficult or not because you do have everything pixelated. So maybe that's gonna help because once you learn what's up and what's down, you might know which direction the pieces are turned. So in that sense, it could help a lot. But if that's not gonna be the case, then it's gonna be really difficult to figure this one out. But I'm definitely gonna do it with Blaž in pairs and then just decide after that if I wanna do it as an individual as well. Based on how difficult it's gonna be, let's just say that. And you never know, it might appear at the Worlds. Because, you know, why not? The next one is also a 500-piece puzzle by Ravensburger, and the title of this one is Maritime Flair. I just picked this puzzle because it was one of the prettiest one out of the ones that were on discount because I wanted Blaž to practice on actual brand new Ravensburger puzzle and the other one was 2025, this one is 2024. So I just wanted him to experience a bit more that because I don't normally buy new puzzles, so I go through Clementoni, Trefl, Schmidt, everything. So I just wanted to have him a few Ravensburger puzzles to puzzle with and I really like the image, but I do not like the fact that it's portrait, but that's okay because maybe it's time for me to learn how to puzzle sideways as well. Or actually it's better to use this puzzle and have it the same direction and then you don't have to reach that far over. But anyway, this puzzle is definitely going to be used for practice for the Worlds, for me individually and also for Blaž and me in pairs. Up next is another 500-piece puzzle by Ravensburger and the title of this one is Manatee Moments. I have to admit it's not one of my favorite images, but I just wanted another puzzle to practice on and out of the collection that I had to choose from and had to eliminate the ones that I've already done. This was still one of the best that they had to offer. So I think it's going to be actually quite easy to assemble even though I don't like the image as much. But it's got very specific sections. You've got the pink just at the top so it doesn't repeat anywhere. You've got some purple here. The sky has a really clear gradient. The water is going to be easy to eliminate. Also there is difference in the greens in terms of shade and texture. So I think this puzzle is actually going to be really easy to assemble. I think probably out of the 4 that I got is going to be the easiest one. I just said that. I'm not sure if that's okay, but you know, now I'm going to have to assemble them all to see if I was right. And the last puzzle I got through Victor is also a 500-piece puzzle by Ravensburger and the title of this one is Antiques and Curiosities. If I got this puzzle at the World's individual round, I would probably cry. And that is the main reason why I got this puzzle, because when I look at it, it's definitely something that I would not pick on the shelves. I would definitely not assemble this puzzle. I just don't like it. It's too busy for me. It doesn't have that much to separate. Okay, this top section and the writing would be quite easy, the door, the floor, and then it sort of ends because this middle section it's all like yellowish brownish, so you don't really have much to go from, and that is the reason why I picked this puzzle, because we have to practice for the Worlds, and I think this is an ideal puzzle for me to learn on how to see more details, how to even solve the puzzle that is busy as this one. So yeah, this is definitely going to be used for practice. And as I mentioned in the recap video, I kind of have well, it's not a technique, but I have a plan of what I'm going to be doing to get ready for the Worlds. And it's not about trying to be as fast as possible, because I'm not about that. It's more about not feeling defeated over a puzzle. Even if I manage to finish a puzzle on time, I want to enjoy it all the way from the beginning to the end. Not if I see the puzzle and I'm just like, oh my god, is this happening to me? Can we just stop? I don't want to suffer, because that happened last year. Okay, so I want to avoid doing that. That's why I decided to pick a busy puzzle so I can practice on it. And now these 2 puzzles I technically bought. I didn't really buy them, but when you registered for the European Jigsaw Puzzle Championship, with the registration you got a free puzzle. So I didn't really know where to put it because it wasn't a competition puzzle, it was not gifted to me. I didn't really buy it, so it's just there. The first puzzle is a 1000-piece puzzle by Trefl, and the title of this one is Sneaky Peekers Amsterdam. This is the puzzle that Blush picked because obviously we got one puzzle each, you know, and he really liked it. He thought that the image is really fun and colorful and everything, and I absolutely agree with him. I think it's a very brilliant image. It's got a lot of different colors. Definitely not to speedrun it, but it would be really enjoyable to assemble this leisurely. And this one also has a little specific detail with the puzzle. It says I spy. Details make a difference. And it says that it's got hilarious scenes, find them all. So apparently inside the puzzle, you're gonna have specific scenes that you can find as well, which I think is always cool. One thing I really like about puzzles is when they give you something extra. It's either solve a mystery or find hidden images or do this and that. It just adds that little, I don't know, touch to a puzzle. So it's not just a puzzle and it's like, okay, it's done now and you can disassemble it. This one is assembled and it's like, okay, the fun continues. So I really appreciate that in this puzzle. The next one is also a 1000-piece puzzle by Trefl, and the title of this one is Peace of Mind. I chose my puzzle first, so they gave you an option of 4 different puzzles to choose from, and I chose this one because it just, you know how the title is Peace of Mind, like this puzzle feels when you would assemble it, it would be really peaceful to assemble. Even though on a closer look it does have a lot of beige and white sections that might be really difficult to sort and know what goes where. So in that sense, it could be a little bit frustrating, but the image itself is really peaceful and that's what I've really liked about it. I'm gonna try to find the other 2 puzzles that were available. I know one of them was like the gradient blocks or something, but I forgot what the 4th one was. I'm gonna try to find it. So I can show you what we chose out of the options and you can tell me if you would have chosen the same thing. Anyway, those were all the puzzles that I brought back. That's 20 puzzles in total that I brought back from Budapest. And I have to tell you, I have no space to put them anywhere. So I have no idea what I'm gonna do with them. I think it's gonna be one of those things, just like try to puzzle them as quickly as possible to see the results and then just sell them, because I think people are gonna want to buy them in Slovenia because you don't really get that many options in Slovenia, and I'm sure that people are gonna want to try to compare their times with the European Jigsaw Puzzle Championship. So if you made it till here, make sure to put like a trophy emoji in the comments down below. So I know that you watched it all the way till the end, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Of course, if you haven't watched the recap, make sure to watch that too, because it's really fun and I go through all the puzzles from the competition. And also today is the day when I continue my work on the 6K puzzle, because believe it or not, I have been completely off that puzzle for the last, I think it was 2 months. So I have not touched it at all. But now that I finished filming this video, the first thing I do is bring the 6K puzzle out and continue the journey, because yeah, life happened. I don't know what else to tell you. There was just so much going on that I just couldn't afford to keep that puzzle going on the side as well. But I'm gonna continue today. So hopefully the video is gonna be coming out soon. Well, part 2 of the video, because part 1 is already out and I think that's gonna be 3 in total based on the progress. I hope that's not too much spoilers. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Of course, don't forget to like and subscribe, because it really helps my channel grow and allows me to make more content like this. And I'm gonna see you next time. Bye!